Hi, today we're going to look at PDF output and understand how you can start generating PDF files completely on automation. So click on get started and click on continue with Google and select the particular account which you're going to use for the automation. And in here, click on continue and make sure you give access over here. So make sure this checkbox is enabled over here. And when this is enabled, you can start using the Google document for generating the PDF files. So make sure this is enabled in your case. Scroll down, click on continue and then you will be signed up inside this account. First is we need to add a Google document template file which will be used for the automation process. So click on add Google Docs and it will automatically open up this window where you can start selecting the template. So I'm going to select this invoice template, click on select and you can see the invoice template being loaded up which is visible over here. Okay. So we have the invoice template available over here. Next is we need to add a database source. You can go with either a Google Sheet or a Notion database. I will select Notion database and I will add the database content over here. So what I have already created a Notion database which I'll be using for the automation in this process. So I will simply copy the link of the database and I will put it over here. But I also need to add an API key which will connect the database with PDF output. This key is completely private and confidential, and thus it will protect all my information and it won't be shared with external tools or libraries. So click on this Notion integrations and you will be able to create an API key. So once you click on that, it will automatically take you to this page. Click on new integration and give it a name. So in my case, let's say this is invoice key. I will select my account from the drop down, scroll down, click on save. So the key is now created. Click on integrations and you can click on the invoice key once again and you can click on show. It will reveal the key over here. Okay. Copy this key, go back to the tool and put that key over here. But we need to perform one more thing. Just go back to the database which we just copied. Click on the three dots on the top right. Scroll down, click on connections and click on add connection. And here just type the particular key which you are going to use. So in my case, it is invoice key. Click on this and click on confirm. So now my database is connected with that particular key which I have defined over here. Now you can click on connect to Notion database. It will automatically fetch the database and you can see the records. So we have the document connected, we have the database connected. And if you see, all the properties of the database are visible over here, which can be used for the automation. So now I'm going to map all these properties onto the Google document page on the left. So what I'll do is I will click on this client name. So I will just look for client name in this entire property list. So we have client name over here. Click to copy this value and just simply go to the document, remove the part where you need to map it and control V or command V to paste it. So we just pasted the client name. Similarly, I will go with client company. So just click to copy the client company and again remove this particular field where you do not need it and paste it. Okay. Next is address. So I'm going to repeat this process for all the fields which I'm not requiring, just copying and pasting it over here. Okay. So now what I've done is I have copied all the properties of the Notion database from here onto this Google document one by one for all the fields where I needed to map it. So once the entire mapping is complete, I can go with generating the PDF files. So scroll down and you can see a download PDF option. Click on this and now you can see the export option. So you can select any range of rows for your options. I will go with all the rows and we need to define a PDF naming column. So basically this will be the name of the files which will be generated. So I'm going to select invoice number from this drop down. So all the files will be named as per the invoice number that we have in the database over here. Okay. So let's click on generate PDF and it starts generating the PDF files and it will automatically name all the files as per the invoice number reference that we have over here. So as you can see, it has started generating the PDF files and we already have two files created. I'm just waiting for the last file and then we can see the files which are being created. So all the files are generated. Let's go to the downloads folder and now you can see I have three invoices. So I'll just open up this first invoice. So you can see all the mappings which we created referring to the Notion database are already present over here. Okay, so this is invoice number one. So we have invoice number one and its corresponding reference and everything is precisely mapped with the database that we had over here. Okay. Next is invoice number two. So all the values of the second invoice are correctly mapped. And finally, we have invoice number 3. So all the values of invoice number 3 are mapped onto the document. So basically, we quickly created 3 invoices, mapping all the values from the database that we had over here with the Google document file that we referred onto this section. So I hope this quick demonstration was helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at notionformyuse@gmail.com. So let me type the email over here so that you have an idea. So it is notionformyuse@gmail.com. This is where you can reach out to me with any queries or any issues, and I'll be happy to take up your issues on this. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye bye.